Hi, folks. Class is in session. My name is Jim Noble. I'm a certified financial planner, registered investment advisor, and wealth manager here in New Jersey. And today we're going to talk about step two of the retirement countdown, Social Security timing strategies. Now, this is one of the most popular topics for retirees today because Social Security represents one of the most significant aspects of every person's retirement. Now, today we're going to cover very quickly the basics of Social Security timing strategies, what a married couple strategy looks like, how early benefits impact your lifetime of earnings potential for your Social Security benefits, and how Social Security is taxed. So you want to go to ssa.gov, not .com, to claim your name on the Social Security website. So Social Security is keeping a record of your earnings, and you can access it directly today. So I encourage you to do that. Go to ssa.gov and claim your name and take a look at your Social Security benefits. Now, how do we pay for Social Security? Well, monthly, 12.4% of wages go to funding your Social Security benefits. You pay half of that, and your employer pays the other half. So that's one way Social Security is funded. The other way is that there's a trust fund that the government has set up that is funding Social Security benefits as well. However, that money needs to be replenished, and if not, will impact Social Security benefits in the future. We'll talk about that next. Now, what is your full retirement age? FRA, full retirement age, is the terminology here, and that is based on your birth date, the year that you're eligible to receive 100% of your estimated retirement benefit. So that is full retirement age. So for me, born after age 60, that's age 67. And then sliding that scale back a little bit, you can see that it's staggered based on the birth date of the person. Now, we talked about the trust fund. Prior to the pandemic, it was estimated that the trust fund was going to be depleted in 2035 and that 79% of current benefits would be paid to beneficiaries based on the current payroll taxes that are coming out. So there would be a reduction in benefits. Now, since the pandemic affected government finances, it remains to be seen when the trust fund will actually be exhausted. Now, we're taking benefits early does impact your lifetime of Social Security payments. If you elect to start Social Security at age 62 and you're still working, then you're going to pay back $1 for every $3 of earnings that you receive. So most people don't start their Social Security benefit while they're still working because they're going to have to give some of that money back. So it counteracts the benefit of starting early if you've got to give money back. This election also impacts the survivor benefit and the widows, the spouse and survivor benefits for widows, because once that election has been made, it's a permanent choice. Now, what are the changes that the government could make to eliminate the shortfall from the Social Security Trust Fund? Well, a couple of easy fixes, if Congress got around to it, would be to simply increase the amount of payroll tax they're taking, increase the full retirement age beyond age 67, and to tax more of the earnings of people that earn greater than the cap. The cap is 142,800. What that means is that wages beyond that are not taxed. So they could increase that earnings cap so that they would continue to get taxes from people who earn more than that. None of these changes would impact the benefits of people who are near retirement or currently receiving benefits. Now, let's take a look at the impact of taking benefits early. So in this case, this little case study of checks, size of the checks here, at age 66, so this is someone whose full retirement age is 66, and they get 100% of their benefit, which in this example is $1,500. We're just using a number here based on just picking a number out of the sky. So at age 62, if that person elected benefits and their full retirement age was 66, they're taking benefits 4 years earlier than full retirement age. And as a result, their benefit reduction is about 25% from 1500 to 1125. And you can see also that if we wait and take Social Security at age 70, that payment is substantially greater, 132% of the age 62 amount. Now, for someone who is born after age 6, after 1960, like me, age 67 is full retirement age. And if we take benefits at age 62, we're actually taking benefits 5 years early, which increases the amount of penalty so that roughly about 8% per year is taken off the benefit for every year you retire early. So in this case, we're showing that about 70% of that benefit is now payable. And of course, if we waited to age 70, then you could see that benefit is substantially greater and has a big impact on the later years of retirement. Now, about your state, now you can retrieve it, like I said, from ssa.gov. And a couple of details there, they do not apply any cost of living adjustments to that statement. They kind of come as they come. So that's your benefit projected in the future based on today's inflation, not factoring in the cost of living adjustments that are going to happen in the future to that. Now, it assumes that you work up until the day you start benefits, which isn't the case for everyone. So that benefit may not be accurate. And there is no average wage indexing, and it's based on your record only. So if you're counting on benefits from a spousal benefit, then you're not going to see that information on your own statement. You have to look at your spouse's statement for that. So the three benefits of Social Security are the retirement benefit, which is what most of us think of, the spousal benefit, which is what happens when we can access benefits based on spousal employment, and the survivor benefit, which is when our spouse passes away. So let's take a look at a little case study about how that works. Now, this is a break-even analysis, and the blue line is suggesting to take Social Security at age 70. Now, why is that? Because if you live a long life, you're going to get far more money if you start at age 70 than if you start at age 62. But this break-even analysis shows that somewhere around age 80, we make up for the fact that we didn't start at 62. Someone starting at 62 is pocketing checks for years before we start at age 70. So, but it doesn't take very long to catch up to those other 8 years of payments. So at age 80, we've reached, and now we're receiving far more income for the years to come based on that. In addition, by waiting, the survivor benefit is substantially increased as well, because upon death, the surviving spouse is entitled to the largest of the Social Security benefit checks that they've been receiving. So that's a typical strategy for retirees. Now, for married couples, we can take a look at a couple of different scenarios. Ideally, we all wait to age 70. Now, but let's take a look at a case study. A survivor generally receives the higher of his or her own benefit or the benefit of the deceased. 80% of women survive their husbands by an average of 14 years, and 98% of widow benefits are women. So very rarely does a man survive his wife and receive benefits for a substantial period of time. Now, you may have been married more than once, but you're entitled to benefits off of the highest earning spouse for whom you've been married to for at least 10 years. That worker must have filed for benefits in order for you to access the spousal benefits. So often what we see is that a primary worker will reach full retirement age and start taking benefits, and their spouse would then start taking benefits based on the spousal benefit. And then when she turns full retirement age, she would switch to her own benefit. That's one strategy we can look at. For John and Jane, John's primary insured amount is $2,500. That's his benefit at age full retirement age. That's his benefit at age full retirement age. And one of the key elements here is life expectancy. So we're actually putting in life expectancy projections for these two spouses. But unfortunately, w- we don't know that these are going to be correct. The recommended strategy is to wait to age 70. And in this case, John and Jane are going to receive over $234,000 more if they wait to age 70 than if they start early, if they live to their respective ages 87 and 91. Wow, what if they need cash flow sooner? Well, there's a couple of comparisons here. So the first is the recommended strategy in green. The split strategy is where one spouse takes benefits early and the second spouse defers until full retirement age. And in red, we have the earliest date for both. So you can see that there's a substantial impact to the cost, but there's really not a huge difference between the split benefit and the recommended strategy, largely due to the earnings gap between John and Jane. So, do you have questions? Reach out and we'll get you some answers. We have sophisticated software to help analyze your retirement situation to develop the most effective retirement strategy and Social Security timing strategy for you and your family. So give us a call and we can get to work on it. My name is Jim Noble. I'm a financial planner, registered investment advisor, and I'm here to help you with your retirement. So thanks. Looking forward to seeing you at the next program on the 5-step retirement checklist. Thanks.